So here's another example where, because he wasn't at practice, didn't know about one big thing we added. So whenever Brandon has like a little tiny midget on him, he's gonna dive inside and he's gonna scream. He didn't on this one, so part of it is on him. He's gonna scream mouse. Like he's gonna scream mouse and just fucking post him up, like back him down. Not whatever the hell that was. But because of that, that pass never happened. All right, now let's talk two-man game. This one's where everybody's doing the right thing. No one's in the paint. We're spread out. But right here, we either got to get a shot, we either have to be a consistent enough shooter, or we got to attack. Like, you did the right read by shooting, but look how late you are. Like, you should have already been in the motion of shooting. But at the same time, you know you can blow by that guy. I know you can. And then if this guy drives in, which is what we want, right? He's already in that lane. So all you got to do is attack and kick. Two-man game, right? So attack, once he collapses, kick. That's it. Nice and simple. But you did make the right read. Just, you're not a consistent enough shooter, that's all. And then, all right, so let's learn another thing about two-man game. One, we got to clear the paint, right? So I don't know why Brandon is going in there. But two, Xander, the point of two-man game, when we're spreading it out, is to attack the middle. Okay, so not outside screens. I need screens right here. I want Asias coming down the middle to attack. So, because that is the very first option he has. If you're not open on the roll, his very first option is this kick right here when he attacks. So when I say that I want you in the corner, like ready to shoot, this play right here is exactly what I'm talking about. So you're already going to the corner, like you're going to the right spot, but then you keep coming inside. Like instead of sitting in that corner. So this pass that he could have just kicked out to you, you would have been right there ready for a wide open three. Yeah. Now when we're purposely running two-man game, I normally don't like the screen rejected. I always want it used, but this is a perfect example of when it's okay to reject it, right? So he's over here, she rejects it, goes to the other side, and watch this. Perfect cut by Fabian. Perfect cut, because it's a back door, because they were playing it wrong, right? And we get the ball exactly where we wanted. That's a good job right there. So these right here, Xander, I can't really get mad at you, because I know for a fact I haven't taught you two-man game. But whenever we're spread out, just like this is everybody. Brandon, Sebastian, Rakim, anybody that ends up being the one responsible. If we're running a spread out offense where the middle is open, I want you setting an inside screen every time. And I want the point guard using that screen. Unless they've overplayed the shit out of it, and then we have that backdoor possibility like she had done over there. I want that ball coming to the middle. That's what we want. In the middle. See, like here you went to a perfect spot. Let me turn the volume down. You're in a perfect spot, but you're not ready to shoot. Right there, that's kind of ready. And then when you get it, that's a shot. That should be your shot right there. Look at all that distance right there. That should be your shot. Fuck it. This is why I hate the camera being on the floor. So there's nobody here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders, right? Nobody is over here. So when that screen comes, that has to be used. I do not care what. No, that screen has to be used. You can't go to that side. It has to be used. Because look at all this opening right here. And then if Brandon identifies that, hey, I'm up here, but I'm not a fucking shooter, I'm going to go switch whoever's down there, right? But look at all this. That has to be used. And then we end up on ISO for what? To take on the whole defense? By the way, Fabian, I want you to see this. This right here is something that you need to add to your bag. And Kim and I were talking about it just today. I'm sorry, the focus is crap from the camera, but watch. She knows that they're going to poke at it, right? So she dribbles low and then immediately dribbles again. It's just rapid fire dribbling. Because she knows they're going to reach. And she keeps her dribble alive. Just like that. So this is what I was talking about with Asias when I was telling him his reads were slow. This is how fast I want these decisions made on split. Look, as soon as we know that he's going to end up popping, she's already passing. She's already passing. That's how those reads have to be that fast. So the ball's in your hand so you can do what you need to do with it. That's how fast those reads have to be. Now let's look at a slow reading of it. She's already there. The ball should already be on the way, but because we're busy dribbling. And Xander, you and Brenner are the most guilty of this. The number of times I see you guys throw these lazy passes, like, what is this? What the heck was that? We gotta cut that out. See, and then there's stuff like this. This is exactly why I want Asai's running two-man game. And this is where Kim needs to get her two-man game too. He misses this pass here because he's already late, right? But how the fuck does he still make this shit? Fucking on point. I don't understand this shit. Good shit. Okay, so this is another one where the offense does a perfect job of doing exactly what we're supposed to do. Clear the lane, right? What's there? Nothing. That's a bucket, and it's number 1. But instead of just driving in and scoring, and then the very next possession. See, no hesitation, nothing, and guess what? All right, this one's specifically for Fabian, but just passers in general. Watch Tom Brady over here. That's why he wears number 12, by the way. Tom Brady's his favorite player. But watch this. He sees that the man is open, right? After he sees him, he's not looking at him anymore. He's looked away from him now. Sees him, looks at the defender. You can look directly at the defender just to see where's he going, where's he going. Okay, he's not covering. Piece of crap phone. He's not covering down. All right. Just like that. That's how you beat the defense. So I ran into a really perfect example of like what to do with your eyes, right? So we're up here in the fast break. We're up here in the fast break. And we get this pass in. But watch what he's doing with his eyes the whole time. So he sees, okay, that man's open. Now he's looking at the defender. He's just looking at the defender to read the defender. And just like that. It's nice and simple and everything like that, but it's something that you want to make sure you want to be alert of where you're looking. So quick. So here's another read that you missed and that we can't have you missing, right? So I say it right here like it's open again, right? It's open for you to drive through if you want. But I get it. You're not feeling it. You're injured and everything, right? But watch this. So they're doing a good job. They're doing whatever. It doesn't matter. Your eyes, if you're not already driving, your eyes need to be up looking at the floor, because watch what happens on this side. Where's the defender? Look at that. That's a wide open 3. So 2 things here. 1, good job on off-ball movement, because it keeps the defense kind of distracted, right? They're not really there to help right away. So good job on that end. 2, this is the perfect example of playing with your food. Look how long, like, could have been gone already. And then go straight into the help. There's 2 defenders here. This is how I know you were playing with your head down way too often. If we're reading the defense right, if our head is up, where's the defender? We already know what's going on out here. We're doing split action, right? But instead of coming over here to attack the mismatch, because, okay, he's going to clog up the lane, cool. We'll do splits on this side. That means he's going to either drop, well, that's her man, right? So he's going to come set a screen hit, and we got a wide open 3 for one of these 2. All right, so we're going to add this as a new rule to our split then. If we're running split and there is a defender who is sitting inside the paint, that's the one we're going to attack. That's who we're going to send the split to. Because that means that there's one defender covering 2 guys at the perimeter. So that's who we're going to attack. We're going to send a split to this side, so that way this screen could be set and the curl could happen or whatever the hell we want to do. But he's already out of position. All right, so first of all, Fabian, great job at actually looking to box somebody out. That's a big-ass improvement from what you've normally done. So you get your eyes on him, and you go and you meet him. Now, what I want you to add, first of all, you're standing up, right? We don't want to be standing up, especially because we're already much smaller than everybody else. We got to be in an athletic stance. I want you coming this way, Never allow somebody back inside. Always push them out. So get your body in between him. Just like that. So you did a good job initiating. You did a good job of identifying. Now we need to get to the next step of it, which is actually boxing them out. So you're getting better. Good job. So, Coach, I wanted to show you an example as to why it is that I say, and he's not the only one that does it, but he's just the one that I observe it a lot in. One of the things I look for to see if someone is ready to be on the floor with the higher level competitiveness is what they're doing when they're off the ball. They're not defending it or anything, right? And he's just standing straight up. He's not at all in athletic stance or anything, just standing straight up the whole time. So by the time something happens on his side, he's already too late. He's done. And like I said, it's not just Rakim. I'm just showing you as to why it was that with Rakim, I was saying he's not ready to be playing at this level. It's because of that. And that's something that all of these motherfuckers end up getting in the habit of. I know Brandon does it a bit, but we got to change that. We got to watch what they're doing off the ball. We need them in an athletic stance ready to go. And then perfect little box out right here. Check this out. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to make an assumption on this one. I'm going to assume that the reason Kim didn't pass it was because she thought Rakim wasn't going to catch it or whatever the case is, right? Let's watch this real quick. Like, he's there the whole time. And I know it's a pass she's made. But instead we do this. Okay, so the reason I'm saying this is because I need you guys to always think of it one way. You can only control what you can control. You can only control what you do. So what Kim did here, she decided not to make the right pass. It was there. And I know she can make this pass. She can get it there. I know she can. So don't worry about whether that person can shoot a three, whether that person can catch the ball or shoot a layup. Worry about what you can control, and that's to make the right read and make the right pass. Another perfect example as to why it's so important to follow the rules to the offense, where we're supposed to be, right? So he calls for the split action. We get option number 4 here, which is the slip. Perfect read by Kim. Great way to identify. Way to get the ball in there. Everything perfect. But are you where you're supposed to be? And doing what you're supposed to be doing. Ready for that 3, right? Nope. So she gives you the ball where you're supposed to be for that perfect 3. And you have to step back into it as opposed to already being there, ready to shoot. So Brandon, I have a question for you, Brandon. So here, in this situation, right? Remember how I kept getting mad at you, stay out of my paint, stay out of my paint. Okay, this is why I want to address this with you. So you do the perfect job, the perfect read. You got a fucking midget on you, right? But what are we supposed to yell? I know Asias doesn't know. He hasn't been in practice. Mouse. The reason for it is called mouse in the house. That means I have somebody little inside my house. Mouse in the house. So mouse, mouse, mouse. So I get why you were in there now. I was pissed off at you, but I get why you were in there now. You just got to yell that shit. All right, and I guarantee you, even though he doesn't, he would have known. The minute you said mouse, what the hell you were talking about, and he would have seen you. Also, guys, pay attention to this. We're at the end of the third quarter, the very end of the third quarter. And this is now the second time in a row that we've had that slip, because she's the screener, be right there. That's the point of this offense. At the very first start of the game, we're going to keep doing a lot of action here because they're not reading it right. Toward the end of the game, they're going to start overreacting to this, and that's where the back door and the slips end up being open for us. But that's twice in a row that it worked out exactly how we wanted it to. And because nobody was in the paint, it was free for one of our shortest players to go in and get her thing done. All right, so 2 things here. 1, this is a great example of perfect read, poor execution. 2, this is what tells me that you're doing the right thing mentally. You're making the right reads, making the right choices and everything like that, but you're not working on something enough, right? Poor execution. It means you need to work on it more. Wide open right here, right? Sees her without even looking. Defender has no chance. But it's just a poor executed pass. So a perfect read, poor execution. Sometimes something that doesn't look like it's affecting us can be affecting us. So let's talk about your follow through. So the shot is made, right? The minute you touch the ground, your arms are already coming down. Let's see, they're good, they're good, they're good. Your arms are already dropping. So that could mean that at the very top of your release right there, that you're already relaxing. You need to hold your follow through the whole way. Don't relax. Like hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then you can drop it after. So you got to be able to hold it through that first bounce, bomb, and then you can drop them. So these right here are the reads that college coaches look at to see if you're a point guard or just a shooting guard type of thing, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, one there, 4, another one back here, and 5. So that's us 5, right? We've got 3 defenders here on this side of the floor, right? The one that's on you and the 2 here. So the thing is, you already know that means that one of these guys can easily help. So you don't really have an advantage either way because they're holding the paint and everything like that. But you went into the side that can help without getting in trouble for it because they got plenty of people to cover people. Here's another example of a perfect read, poor execution. First of all, the fact that he's got the balls to throw this, I love it because that's a perfect read right there. But the bad thing is he threw it toward his chest as opposed to throwing it to the top up here, right? Where only he can get it. And here we are at the end of the game. We've identified number 1 as the worst defender that we can blow by him. And we're just up here playing with him. Instead of just going. See, by the time we go, everybody's in the middle. Still almost got a freaking shot in there, though. That's why we gotta go. We can't just sit around and wait and everything like that because the defense starts collapsing. By the time that you attacked, everybody was there. Versus if you had attacked earlier, there was nobody in there. The more I keep watching the game, the more I'm starting to see that Fabian was our best at rebounding this game. And what I mean by rebounding is just boxing out. Never mind that he gets the board, but the fact that he's putting in the effort and doing the right things. All right, let's look at 2-man game again. So we got the perfect screen here. Way too much space here, by the way. We need to close that up. But since there's no defense here, I get it. The read here is, because 1, we're not already attacking that space, right? If we were close like we're supposed to be, we would have been downhill already. But since we're not, now we're reading the defense. We already know this man is out of the play. He is no longer in the play. All we're reading is these 2. He's too short to do shit, but he's in the right place. Once we engage, once he does that, he's on us. He has committed to us. That means the roller is 100% there. We have to make that pass right now. So 2 things here. 1, chemistry is the reason this doesn't happen. 1, that pass should have already been there, right? He should already know it's a perfect fucking thing. Like he's committed, blah, 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 right? How the fuck does he get this goddamn pass off? He doesn't travel. I thought he had, but he never gets his foot down. Sees the hand and throws it, right? But since you guys haven't played enough together, Xander doesn't know that these are the kinds of fucking passes that fucking Sias makes all the goddamn time. So he wasn't ready for it, right?